In this video, we're going to discuss one of the top niches you should consider for 2024. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. So when it comes to determining ultimately what your niche is going to be, I will say that this is one of the main questions that I get within my recruiting program. A lot of my students are always coming in with an idea in regards to what they ultimately want their niche to be. Some of them have experience within the niches that they're considering. Others have just heard about a niche being particularly lucrative. At the end of the day though, you want to ensure that you choose a niche that's going to allow you the opportunity to be able to yield the level of income or revenue that you desire. And in the very beginning, you don't want to necessarily niche down too quickly because you don't want to create a situation where you've put yourself into a box. I've always encouraged my students within my program to think beyond what they ultimately see. That means to think beyond the current experience that you have, or think beyond those niches that you know about, because there's so much more out there. And as we continue to go through 2024 and we're taking a look at all of the things that are continuing to evolve, artificial intelligence or AI is all the rave. And I don't actually think that this is going to be a fad. I think this is going to be something that will continue to be iterative in terms of the different technology that's going to come out that's ultimately going to sink into artificial intelligence or AI. And at the end of the day, as a recruiting or staffing agency owner, you know that with anything that is up and coming, there's going to be an opportunity in which there's going to be a high demand for this skill set, or individuals ultimately who are familiar with language learning models that are associated with artificial intelligence. With this being stated, you want to make sure that you are ahead of the trend, and you want to think about artificial intelligence as a particular niche for you. As we continue to go through 2024, we continue to see that the competition associated with artificial intelligence is enhancing. Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are all coming out with their own versions of artificial intelligence, and ultimately these language learning models that are going to be able to help individuals to continue to be more effective as well as productive. And in order for these larger organizations and even smaller organizations to be able to leverage AI in an appropriate manner and at the speed that they're looking for, they're going to need top talent in order to be able to do it. In fact, Google just actually paid over $2 billion for a former employee that used to work for them in order to be able to get that individual back at the company to continue to advance their AI strategy. This tells you that companies are willing to pay top dollar in order to get top talent at their organizations to advance their AI or language learning model strategies. With this being stated, that means that there is a ton of opportunity for you to make a significant revenue or income in regards to AI. Now, if you're not familiar with AI, then I highly encourage you to start with the basics. I believe everyone out there should at least have an idea to what ChatGPT is, and if you don't, I highly encourage that you at least take a look at it and start to ask ChatGPT questions. I recognize that AI is only as strong as the prompts that you're putting within it, so definitely continue to do your research in regards to it. Again, I highly encourage you to get ahead of this because AI is not going to be a fad or a trend. It's definitely going to be something that's here to stay. And if you think all the way back to the .com era, there were many individuals that were skeptical about that. However, look at where we are today in 2024. And that's the same thing that could potentially happen with AI, to get ahead of this particular niche rather than fall behind. And it's okay if this isn't necessarily your area of expertise, or if this isn't even an area that you would consider to be of serious interest to you. Again, as I said in the beginning, you don't want to necessarily niche down too much in the very beginning of you starting your recruiting or staffing agency, because you don't want to put yourself into a box. And again, with this particular niche offering you a huge potential revenue or income stream, it's hard to just put this aside. But at the end of the day, I do highly encourage that you find a niche that you're ultimately passionate about, but will allow you the opportunity to continue to expand your empire. Well, I hope that you found this video to be helpful. If you did, then be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you're not in my Facebook group, I highly encourage that you join. We are in there talking all things recruiting, so I'll be sure to leave that link down below in the description box. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.